Hi there. Today we're going to discuss extra practice number 22 to 29, page 355 to 356. This is chapter 5, lesson 1, Algebraic Expressions. Our first example is 4e squared. So we're going to first make sure that we substitute our values. So 4, our value of e is 3 squared. And then, so the first thing we have to make sure that we do is we evaluate our exponents first. So 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so then after we do that, 4 times 9 is 36. All right, here's our next examples. 8g minus f. So we've got 8 times negative 1 minus 4. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to evaluate our multiplication first. So 8 times negative 1 is negative 8 minus 4. And then just remember, boys and girls, that whenever you have subtraction of integers, rewrite it as addition. So plus negative 4. So your answer should be negative 12. All right, here's another one, 5 plus g squared. So we have 5 plus g is negative 1, and then we're going to have to end up squaring that and then dividing it by 2. So the first thing we're going to do is evaluate 5 plus negative 1, and that equals 4. And we're going to have to square that and divide that by 2. Then we're going to evaluate our exponents first. So 4 squared is 16 divided by 2, and that equals 8. All right, so the next one is e squared minus 4. So we're going to substitute our e with 3 squared minus 4. We're going to evaluate our exponents first. So 3 squared is 9 minus 4, that equals 5. All right. The expression W over 30, where W is a person's weight in pounds, is used to find the appropriate number of quarts in the person's body. How many quarts of blood does a 120-pound person have? So you're just going to substitute 120 over the 30, and that's going to equal 4 quarts. Okay. Here is a really long example, but really good. Refer to the graphic novel frame below. Let n represent the number of text messages. Evaluate the expression to find the cost of 275 text messages. So what we're going to do is substitute 275 wherever n was, and then we're going to solve. Now there's a bunch of operations here. There's multiplication times a quantity, there's subtraction, there's addition, but there is parentheses first, so we're going to go evaluate that one first. So 275 minus 250, that equals 25. And then our next step is we're going to do our multiplication next. So 0.15 times 25, that equals $3.75. And we're just going to write down the rest of the equation, and our answer is going to be $8.75. All right, now we're ready for the Common Core test practice. Tonya has X quarters, Y dimes, and Z nickels in her pocket. Select appropriate operations to complete the expression that represents the total amount of change Tonya has in her pocket. So we have a certain number of quarters. So we're going to multiply the number of quarters by 0.75. We're going to add it to however many dimes we have times 0.1, because that's for dimes. We're going to add that to however many nickels we have times 0.05. Okay, so now we have to evaluate the expression for the quarters equaling X, dimes equaling 5, and the nickels equaling 2. So we're going to make our equation. So 0.25 times, they said 3, quarters plus 0.10 times 5 dimes plus 0.05 times 2 nickels. All right, I'm going to take this one step at a time. Um, so we're going to first do 0.25 times 3, so that's 75 cents. And then I'm just going to write down the rest of the equation because I only do one step at a time, less confusion. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is evaluate um, my dimes, and that equals 50 cents. Again, writing down the rest of the equation. And then lastly, I'm going to evaluate my nickels, and that equals 10 cents. Now I can add them all together, and it's going to equal $1.35. So, $1.35, this is the amount of change Tonya has in her pocket if she has 3 quarters, 5 dimes, and 2 nickels. All right, and here's our last example. The prices of magazines and books at the school book fair are shown in the table. Determine if each statement is true or false. So does the expression 7.95b plus 4.95m represent the cost of buying books and magazines? Well, 7.95 is the number of books, so we'd multiply that, and 495 is the price of magazines, so that would be true. The next one is to 1290 B plus M represent the cost of buying books and magazines. That's not true. Um, that is false because we wouldn't add up the prices and multiply it times how many books and magazines there are. So those are false. And then the last one, the cost of buying 3 books and 4 magazines is $43.65. All you have to do is kind of plug that in. So we have $7.95 times 3 books plus 4 magazines, which cost $4.95. So let's go ahead and evaluate that. 7.95 times 3 is $23.85. Write down the rest of the equation. Okay, now we can evaluate the 4 times the 4.95, and that equals 1980. And altogether, that's going to equal 43.65. So that answer is true. All right, hope that video is helpful. Thank you. Bye.